All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am so excited today. This is almost like a trip to the zoo. We're going to a local's favorite tourist attraction called the Bluebird Gap Farm. We're very excited, aren't we? Here's the sign. You can probably see it out the window here. See if we can get a better view of that. There it is, the Bluebird Gap Farm. This is brought to you by the Hamptons Park Recreation and Leisure Services. Today is Monday, March 11th. It is 1:57 p.m. and this is going to be open until 5 o'clock. I am so excited that you're traveling with me and I get to show you the wonders of the Bluebird Gap Farm here in Hampton, Virginia. It's a great destination. If you come into town with your family, even if you've lived here your whole life, you've never been, you gotta go. And you know what the best part about it is? It's free. Okay, we're finally here at the Bluebird Gap Farm in beautiful Hampton, Virginia. And you don't want to bring food for the animals. Here's a list of some of the rules. They actually have these little vending machines here that are set up if you want to feed the animals. It's like a quarter or something. You get a handful of feed, and it's pretty much all-purpose feed. All the animals can enjoy it. But thank you for joining me on this virtual tour of Hampton's Bluebird Gap Farm. This place has been here for a long time. I wish that there was like a brochure. Oh, here we go. Well, no, this is something about the Hannah Tunnel. I don't know what that is, but a little brochure just to tell you a little bit about the history of the park and how long it's been here. But if we come across any placards or anything like that, I'll be sure and show them to you. This is a great place to go for kids if you haven't heard already. And they have some new exhibits up here that actually changed a few things since I've been here last time. So we should have a lot of fun. It's Monday, so there's a lot of people that are working today. It's not a holiday or anything. That's why I chose to come on a Monday. There's not a lot of people here. And that's another reason it's such a good place to come, because there are not a lot of people here. There's not really ever a lot of. This is sort of a local's favorite. These look like some sort of doves. These are large. I don't know if I don't think these are mourning doves. Some sort of white dove. They seem a little bit bigger than your typical backyard dove. Let me see if I can get a view of them without the bars in the way. Now see, my camera is focusing on the bars. It just can't seem to get past. Here we go. Okay, there we go. You get a good view of them there. And there's a couple more up here. Let's see if we can catch them. Yeah. So I'll tell you what's missing here, though, is some kind of a sign out front that just says what exactly is in there. But we can obviously tell it's some sort of pigeon or dove. And up top there, they have one of those fake owls. It looks like one of the ones with the bobbing heads. So I guess they want to keep them from being pestered. But this place is great. I've been coming here for years. This is fantastic. They have this old antique barn. This place has really changed. I don't know if this barn was always here. I feel like it was set up a little different before. And right here, over here, if you check it out, we have a white peacock. Look at that. There are peacocks. Peacocks are the ones with the beautiful, bright plumage on them. Peahens are the ones that are not so glorious. The peacocks use their feathers to attract females. They have an intricate display that they do to attract the females, and they're really beautiful. So before we get to the animals, we're going to go into this antique barn. Let's see, antique display, Bluebird Gap Farm, newspaper archives, change, snack and drink machines, and a donation box. Come on in, y'all. Well, let's do that. There's some neat old-timey stuff here. Unfortunately, some of it doesn't say what it is, so you kind of have to just... Okay, this is a 1927 United gas engine. So I don't know what they really use that for. Maybe it's some sort of farming device. There's an old-fashioned lawnmower. I think they still sell similar ones to this. And there's a little bit more modern-day lawnmower. Old-fashioned cash register back there you used to see in the general store. Up above there's looks to be an old-fashioned radio, and old-fashioned typewriter over there on the left. I guess they are doing some ground maintenance today. That's the The machinery you hear in the background, that's a riding lawnmower. Here's a sharpening stone wheel. I'd like to know what time period this is from. I guess they still use these, but you can use these to sharpen your knives, your axes, your lawnmower blades. Some people like to call it a sling blade. And here, oh, look at this, a treadle sewing machine. Boy, that's old-fashioned, huh? And I guess you use, wow, it's really loud today. We have airplanes flying overhead now. Sorry, I didn't really mean for this to sound like Iraq or Desert Storm or anything. We have a lot of activity going on out there. There is a old-fashioned washing machine over there. The white thing, I believe, is the washing machine. I am not quite sure what that thing in front is. If that's maybe just another version of it, something similar. An old sink behind that. A couple of, looks like cast iron Dutch oven. Little pot down there on the floor. And an old-fashioned pressure cooker. That is a really old-fashioned one there. And what is that on the ground? I can't really tell what that stuff is. But here's an old-fashioned refrigerator. That thing is just cracked open a little bit. It's got one of those. I'm sure that is not a the frost-free. That's the kind. Remember, you used to have to, with a screwdriver and a hammer, you used to have to do your refrigerator like once every other month or something. You'd have to knock out all the chunks of ice in there. It looks like some sort of old-fashioned stove. It's like missing a pipe in the back, and then that would use that to heat part of your home. Here's a classic Singer sewing machine. These go back, I think these were commonly used around the 1920s. This looks like a smaller refrigerator behind that. Behind that you have a Sir Walter Raleigh smoking tobacco can and an old Snickers. There's Prince Albert. What is Prince Albert? That is some sort of tobacco too. Cigarette tobacco. So a lot of people used to roll their own cigarettes, roll their own little cigars and pipes, and so it used to come in a can like that. And this here is sort of like the modern, the old-fashioned version of what, like our flat-screen TVs. This used to be in the center of houses many years ago, an old-fashioned radio, and people would gather around that and listen. Here is some sort of, I am not quite sure what this is. Oh, it's a wood stove. Okay, so I wonder, I guess you could put, like if you baked pies and stuff, you could put them in there. There's an old-fashioned water pump and a barber chair. Old-fashioned barber chair. And it looks like a scale. Let's see, what is that? Coin, correct weight, 1 cent. Wow, that is going back. Yeah, I think you might be able to catch me in the reflection there with the camera. Yep, that's an old-fashioned scale. There's an old barber pole. You used to see those outside of barbers. You always knew. You could be, you know, quarter mile down the street. You saw that thing that used to spin around and be like, hey, go get my hair cut. And this looks like some sort of tractor of some kind. It's really old-fashioned. I don't even know how that thing ran. Doesn't really say what it is. It doesn't say what this is either. Here we go. Look at this. Shoe shine stand. This is something I miss. You don't see these anywhere. You used to be able to go to like a bus station or an airport, or even some of the nicer hotels still have these shoe shine stands. And you'd sit up there and you'd prop your foot. Matter of fact, they still have these in some places. There's a deacon's bench seat. So I guess that'd be placed in a church. And let's see what they got in here. Nothing really. It just looks more like storage. This is an old-fashioned cart with some information. Oh, here we go. So that engine earlier, I didn't know what it did. That is a Hercules gas engine from 1920, sold by Sears Roebuck. And let's see. Yeah, United Gas Engine. Engines like this were used to power anything from pumping water to grinding grain to cutting wood. All right. Oh, here's a picture of, all right. That's the radio and the typewriter, I got that right. A pressure cooker, I got that right. Cast iron cook set. Yep. A chicken brooder used to keep new baby chicks. Well, that's cool. So you mean to tell me that is really neat. Look at that. So that thing underneath, they would keep baby chicks under there. And they'd probably have some sort of light to keep them warm. Yeah, it even says on there, if you look in real small, it says Super Hatcher. So they used to actually put, that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. Bluebird Gap Farm. If you come to visit our lovely city, be sure and pick one of these free visitor guides up. They have these down at the Virginia Air and Space Center, the NASA Langley Visitor Center, and pick one of these up, and I'm sure you will find Bluebird Gap Farm prominently displayed in there. Yeah, so I did find a little information here in the visitor's guide about Bluebird Gap Farm. If you can pick up one of these guides, it's on page 15. And Bluebird Gap Farm is located at 60 Pine Chapel Road, so plug that into your GPS so you know how to get here. Their phone number is 757-825-4750. It is designed to resemble a working farm. This 60-acre site is home to domesticated and wild animals familiar to traditional Virginia farms. It has playgrounds for ages 2 to 12, picnic tables and shelters, grills, antique barn, which we're in right now, a garden and an arboretum, and a short walking trail on site. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. November through March, and 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, okay. They're closed on all major holidays. Free admission. If you take an Interstate I-64, you're going to take the exit 263B, or you're going to take I-664 to exit 2. And that is Bluebird Gap Farm. And I forgot to show you one more thing in here. This is an old-fashioned Texaco gas pump. I guess, I'm wondering if this is before they dug those huge holes underneath where you get your gas, where they would place those ginormous tankers full of gas. I wonder if it just held that amount of gas. I don't think those are birds outside. I think those are little children having a good time. So that's awfully fun. But yeah, then you'd fill that up with gas. It just doesn't seem like it holds that much. You know, I don't know if that would even hold a day's worth. If you have cars coming in and out and getting gas all day, it just seems a little odd. It just seems like such a small amount. I don't know. Maybe cars ran on a lot less gas back then. Okay, so we're going to exit the antique barn and move on over to the next attraction, which is the turkeys. Oh boy, so these guys were granted the presidential pardon. These will never be on the dinner table. These are not raised for eating. This is the noble, I'm guessing, like I said, turkey. Let's see what kind of turkey it is. It has a little, before we go and explore, because I want to see what kind we have here. Oh, it is a wild turkey. Okay. But I think it's a Narragansett. It doesn't say what kind of, it just says, okay, what do we have here? Wild turkey, which is what I see. And apparently they also have Royal Palm, Bourbon Reds, wild. That is a female. That is a Royal Palm turkey and a Bourbon Red. Yeah, so let's go check out the turkey. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Let's see what those are all about. What do we have over here? I don't see. It doesn't see. Really, something missing here. If they have a suggestion box, I would say, put a sign on all your attractions, just so people, so the kids can get educated, and the adults too. These look like some form of turkey as well. It could be. This whole thing could be turkeys. These are smaller than the traditional Thanksgiving turkey. One thing I forgot to mention is that the turkey used to be, almost became the national bird of America before they voted on and made it the bald eagle. It was almost the turkey. So it's a good thing they didn't, because turkeys are delicious, and we probably wouldn't be able to eat them if they became the national bird. Just as we're not really allowed to hunt the bald eagle or eat that, which I don't think birds of prey would be very delicious anyway. All right, there's this. I'm gonna just give you a peek inside of this little building right here. See what we got. This is just another view of the same. Now they have a rabbit in there too, a little fuzzy rabbit. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Maybe. There we go. He's just a cute little fuzzy little bunny, and he's just sitting in there chowing down, eating something, living harmoniously apparently with the fowl, whatever kind of fowl that is in there. I see, gosh, these bars on the cages are really driving me nuts, because the camera can't differentiate, and doesn't have a manual focus on this particular camera. This is the Hampton Master Gardener's Arboretum, a proud member of the Virginia Cooperative Extension Master Gardeners program. They have a map in this mailbox. You can grab a map, but as I'm looking in the mailbox, I see no maps. So, you know, it's early in the season, so, you know, not everything is quite ready yet, but these look like a lot of fun. You can stick your faces in those. And you know, the Arboretum's not really going to be that beautiful right now because it is March. It is not even the middle of March yet, so nothing is really sprouted up yet. But I tell you, you come back here in the spring, late spring, boy, you are going to see some things in bloom. But they have a nice little gazebo there. You can sit there with your family, read a storybook to your kids, take a little lunch break. And it just goes all the way back. Like I said, I'm not going to walk back there because there is just not a lot to see. Nothing's really alive and in bloom. They're coming up. We have some, I always get these confused. Daffodils, these yellow ones over here, hopefully they're labeled, you know. Here's an asparagus bed, so asparagus will grow. Even has a little thing that tells you what kind of soil. You have to have rich, good, needs rich soil, good drainage, full sun. After harvest of spears, tall ferns appear for a rest of growing season. Nice. And this is their main vegetable bed. Traditional and unusual vegetables grown with intense gardening methods. And they have a little scarecrow over here. I doubt this thing does anything. This is probably just more for the kids to see. Oh, there's their scarecrow. Dark Night of the Scarecrow. There's a rose garden, which is gonna look beautiful in another month or two. But right now it's just starting to wake up. It's taking a long yawn and stretch before the real warm weather. Really, this is the nicest day that we've had here. I almost want to say since late fall of last year. All right, bulbs, corms, and tubers is what is going to go there. Let's see. New Irish bed. Wait, I can't say this. New iris bed in progress. Thank you for your patience. Let's see, daffodils. Yeah, I was right. These are daffodils. Different kinds of daffodils. Eye of the tiger, Dutch iris, eye candy, roulette daffodils, Dick Kessel daffodils. Those are actually starting to sprout up already. I think we actually have some of these in our backyard. These are looking nice. HD daffodils. Pretty neat. Alright, let's see what they have over here. Nice little benches. You can donate a bench if you contribute. They will put your name on a bench. Let's take a peek over here. We're going to get a much closer, better view of that later. But over here we have goats. We have goats. We used to have goats as pets. The kinds we had were smaller than these. These are full-size, legit goats. The real deal. Now, one thing, too, is the Interstate 64 right there. Boom. That is the main heartbeat of Hampton Roads. That's how people come and go and they commute. So it's right here. Look at here. Ooh, I like this. I have an Aunt Carol who's a master gardener, and she needs to have one of these above her garage, downstairs. Master gardeners only allowed in work shed. I'm sure they have all their gardening. Here's a neat tick identification and tick-borne illnesses in Virginia. Some of the common ticks, the Lone Star tick, I believe that's the kind that carries Lyme disease. You want to be real careful of that kind. The black-legged tick and the American dog tick are the kind most commonly found around here. One of those I like these old-fashioned signs here. Gallant's Feed Store. That's cool. Old retro, going back. Let's see. Herbs, garlic chives. Okay, neat. I wonder if you could use those in cooking just like you would regular chives. And there's some cacti over here. Milkweed. Oh, the monarch butterfly loves milkweed. So in the spring, boy, these are going to be covered with butterflies. Let's see. This Xeriscape. It's a landscape designed to use very little water. Specialized plants which are drought tolerant or have the ability to store water live here. This is Bluebird Gap Farm. I'm kind of saving the animals because they are the most exciting part of this whole trip. And I don't want to rush right over to them because then it'll be over and then it'll be sad. There's no maps in there. There's all kinds of they have a little nursery back here where all the baby plants are growing in pots and they're going to transplant them into the ground. I think they have plant sales here too. You can come and buy some. That'd be a fun event to participate in. They've got bird houses, bird feeders back here. Very nice. You have to imagine this place, like I said, maybe a month or two from now. Maybe in April, late April, early May. This place will be so alive. Little compost bin right here. Everyone should have one of those in their backyard. This is a composting demonstration site. We have the different stages, and then one of these twirling composting bins that you can put things in. All right, we are going to slowly start to work our way over towards some animals, because that's when things get really exciting. Another barn. This is probably for the workers to take care of the animals in. Yep. That looks like a very new one there. All right, what do we have here? Chickens. Oh boy, look at that, huh? How many we got in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I count 10. Yeah. Look at that big rooster they have down there. Can you see that? Let me see if I can. Look at that. Wow, he is beautiful. He is a beautiful boy. Look at him. He is crowing. He is happy to be alive today. It's a little known fact that roosters actually taste better than hens. I made that up. I think the reason he came here is because he thinks I have food for him, and I do not. He's coming right over. I think you're ready for your close-up, right, Mr. Cecil? Hey, buddy. How are you? Beautiful plumage on that. And he is protecting these hens. I tell you, they have nothing to worry about. You notice there's only one rooster in there. I think he would not probably get along. You do not want to question his dominance. Oh, cool. This is the inside where they can go. They can come in here. They have feeders. They have nice little nest boxes. There's a young lady in that nest box right there. I don't know if you can see her. Pretty neat. Look at you, huh? Well, you're talkative. You're talkative. Pretty. Uh-oh. Well, that shouldn't be open like that. Let's see. Oh, there's an egg in there. Let me see if I can zoom in and show you. Actual chicken egg. These are very rare. This is like a T-Rex egg, except it's a chicken egg. Alright, let's see. Oh, here's the goats. Okay, let's see if we can get a little goat action happening. I don't know, they look pretty comfortable over there. I think the only way I could get them to come over here is if I had some food, which I don't have. I have not come across one of those food dispensers yet, but they are just chilling and relaxing, loving this weather. It's 65 degrees out here today. And they seem to be cohabiting with the chickens just fine. And it looks like they have been dehorned to protect themselves and to protect the children. Nothing wrong with that. Good day to just lounge around like a goat. There's another goat over here. Let's see if we can get a better view. I think there's people over here. Here's a little information, little chart about the different parts of the egg. Did you know chickens are actually jungle creatures? Chickens were domesticated over 7,000 years ago, used for meat and egg production. Let's see, they came from a hardy, easy-to-breed species known for easily avoiding predators, known as red jungle fowl. So that's where the modern-day chicken comes from. That is pretty neat. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. This guy out taking his goat for a walk. Nothing unusual about that, right? All right. I don't want to interrupt the kids. They are definitely getting the goat's attention over there. see if we can get a good shot of them. Now, pretty sure that they are probably being fed by the children, which is always exciting. Now, this one probably thinks I have food, but I do not. I'm sorry. Beautiful goats, aren't they? I guess the goat we had was about the size of that black and white one there. Maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, goats are cool. They're fun. Definitely barnyard animals, though. You could never have a goat inside. They cannot be potty trained. They don't have the same personality or affections as your canine companion would have, but they're still loving nonetheless. And over here we have some kind of a sheep. Hey, buddy, how are you? Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's another sheep over here, visiting with some folks. And we have, oh, there's a pig out there. That's cool. There's a pig, and there's more sheep over there. Look at that pig. That is so cute. Look at that guy. Neat. Despite what you may have read in different websites and books, dogs are actually smarter than pigs. Don't let anyone tell you any different. It's not true. I don't want to say they're much smarter, but they are definitely smarter. Look, is he coming over here for a visit? Man, that would be awesome. That's a good looking sow right there, huh? He's also out here enjoying this weather. Look at that tail wagging happily. He's sneezing. The fresh air he's smelling. There's a sheep right there. Let me zoom in too much. There he is. These guys just kind of hang out here all day. They have shelter. They can go in there and get away from the elements. He's a cute little fella, isn't he? Let's name him Porky. I hereby dub thee Porcius the Pigamus. Alright, moving on. Let's go inside the barn and see if we can see. It's such a beautiful day. I don't imagine too many animals, if given the choice, would be in the barn. Would want to stay in the barn. Ah, there's okay. Maybe it must have been near feeding time. Look, we have a couple of emus here. Emus. These are not ostriches. These are emus. There we go. Wow, look at that, guys. Hey, how are you? Boy, aren't you pretty? Big pretty eyes you have. Wow. Very cool. Oh, and you know what? Check this out. The emus are in there with pigs. This is the first time I think I've ever come here and seen the pigs this close up. The pigs are usually way out in a different facility. Here's that one we just saw out in the field. Hey, piggy. What you doing there, buddy? Oh, this one's very interested in me. I need to be careful. I don't want to get pecked. That's pretty cool if they can get along so good, though. Seem to respect each other's boundaries. Look at them, though, just chilling. The perfect weather for an outdoor nap, huh? You guys got room for one more? That is so cool. Wow. A lot of times when you see pigs in cartoons and stuff, they don't have a lot of hair, but as you can see, pigs do have a lot of hair on them. They gotta keep warm. Hey, buddy, don't bite me. Man, I hope they don't bite me. My hand is right here. I don't have any food for you. I don't imagine, I'm not even gonna try to pet them. You don't really pet birds, do you? I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I don't want to freak them out. All right, so down here we got a couple of horses, or mares, as they call them. Mares, female, or I don't know. And they just seem to be casually eating some hay on the ground. Very cool. Let's see. Get close up again. They don't seem to be bothered by my presence at all. They're just keeping to themselves. See what we got over here. Oh, there's a goat who has not been dehorned. It's the goat in its natural state. I'm guessing that's a female. Males and females both grow horns. She has a little bit of a tummy on her, so I'm guessing it's a female. Let's see what we got over here. Ooh, what is it? Oh, there's more goats. And a big pile of what looks like horse poop. I'm guessing that is real good fertilizer right there. If I had a a Ziploc baggie with me, I could reach down and grab that and put it on my garden at home. But I'm not crazy, so I'm not going to do that. So what is that? That looks like a, what do you call it? A llama? Or alpaca laying down out there in the sun. Just totally passed out. Looks very comfortable. And there's another small goat. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. Nice. And there's a horse right there. Chowing away. Hey, horsey. How you doing, buddy? The ears. You see the ears go back on the head? That means something in the horse world. The way they communicate with one another. Yeah, he's just chilling out, eating his hay, having a good old time. Big old pile of manure there. I bet you could probably still come here and get some of this stuff for free. They don't usually charge people for horse manure. And there's one of the vending machines they were saying they have here, and there's big old bales of hay. Check these out. Wow. Important thing with hay, I've learned this from raising livestock, is you want to keep it dry. You definitely want to keep it dry. Pine shavings for some of the other critters they have. Sort of storage and extra hay. Well, that's cool. We got to see some animals there. We're going to see some more over here. There's another goat and another, what is that, a cow? Okay. That's a very tall cow, right? Am I crazy, or is that? It's a very tall cow. I didn't really know cows. Well, okay. He looks semi-lean too. He doesn't look like a super fat cow. Oh, there's a couple more goats over there. And there's that. Boy, he is just passed out. Look at him. It's like roadkill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were taking a picture.
I don't think she likes this one. It's a bull. It has horns. It's a bull.
Pretty cool.
I didn't realize how big they are.
Yeah, they're very tall. Very tall cow. I guess that is a bull. I'm not sure. Oh, now that's a bull out there. Holy cow, look at that. Now that's a llama too, a real llama coming this way. Or an alpaca. I don't know. Are alpacas that big? I think that's a llama coming this way. Look at the horns on this guy. Wow. I would not want to be on the end of those. He's coming over here. Now these guys are notorious for spitting if they're irritated, so I'm going to make sure I kind of steer clear of him. Boy, that is a big cow out there. Man, that is a big one. Looks like one they'd use in PBR or something. There's another cow, another big white cow. Check out this guy, huh? Hey, buddy, how are you? Just coming to see you. You're a beautiful specimen of an animal. You are absolutely glorious. I don't see how people can eat you. It's so mean. It's so heartless. Everyone in America should be a vegan. I'm kidding. I'm joking. We love eating you. You're delicious. Especially the meat that goes right along here. Oh man, look out. Filet mignon. There's the llama. Like I said, I want to kind of keep my distance from him. I don't want to get spit on. Certainly don't want to startle him because I think he would probably turn his head and spit on me immediately. He's very aware of me. He's checking me out with his back eyeball. He's giving me some severe peripheral vision here. I know he is. I ain't gonna mess with you, buddy. And there's a jackass over there. There's so many names for donkeys, right? Burro, donkey, jackass. Pretty cool. He's just chilling there. What a great day. There's another emu or alpaca. Not emu, alpaca or a llama. They use those like horses, I think in the Alps, and like when they go to Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest and all that. Sherpas. They put packs over the sides and they carry all the supplies of the climbers. Or maybe I'm thinking of, they do that in the desert. Maybe I'm speaking incorrectly. I'm not sure. Anyway, you see that building out there used to be where they kept all the pigs. But it looks like they've moved the pigs over here now, which is great because you can see them a lot better. Very cool. Very cool. Now, I'm gonna take my chances, see how close I can get to this guy without getting spit on. The camera gets spit on. Hey, buddy. You are a good-looking specimen. Yes, you are. Are you a llama or an alpaca? I'm gonna guess you're a llama. Hey, buddy. Look at you, huh? Okay. You have a nice day now. Look, that one that was laying down that you thought was dead got up. See, I told you it wasn't dead. Coming over here. You know, I think they come over when people gather because they think, hey, they got food. They got food. Here comes some, a lot of critters coming over here. I want to say that this is an alpaca. I really think it is. Pretty neat, pretty neat. This is just a fantastic place to come and have a picnic. They've got picnic tables set up. They have pavilions that you can rent that seat like 100. I know one of their pavilions seats like 100 people. They have stage. I want to do like an outdoor production of Macbeth. There's the burro. A little bit closer up shot of him. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good looking fella. Reminds me of Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh, you know? This guy looks a little depressed too, but he's not. I'm sure he's quite happy. He's probably hoping I have some food for him. Hey, buddy. How are you? Feel like one of those sad Sarah McLachlan songs should be playing right now. Cool looking fella. All right, you know, I haven't been here in a while, so I'm not exactly sure if there are going to be any more animals. I feel like they have a rabbit den around here somewhere. I'm going to look for that. I'm wondering if I go in here, if I'm going to see Michael and Dwight Schrute and Stanley and Andy and Pam and Jim and Holly and the whole gang from The Office. The Office, that's a show on Netflix with what's the good dude's name? Rainn Wilson. What's that other dude's name? The guy who plays Michael. I'm not gonna stop until I can think of his name. It is Steve Carell. And let's see, what do we have here? Yep, you guessed it, turtles. Giant tortoises, actually. There's one, I see two, I see three. I have a little bit of food, sort of specially designed tortoise food. And he's eating flowers over there. He's eating those little purple flowers. What are those flowers called? Look at that. I'll bet you that dude's at least 50 years old, huh? I'm going to look for a sign to see if it says what kind of tortoises they are. Very, very cool, though. Great respect for these animals. They've been around a long time, a lot longer than we have. There's a good shot. It looks like he walked over here just to say hello to the people that come and visit him. Yeah, I really wish they had a sign that said what kind of tortoise he is. He's very cool, though. Pretty neat. There we go. There's a good shot. Hey, buddy. How you doing? What do you think he's thinking about right now? And then they have one more. I told you there was one more. He's sitting there too.
Can't go in here.
This huge area is designed just to house the turtles. That's just crazy. Good for them. What do we have over here? More, oh look, there's a different kind of turtle. I don't know what kind that is either. Could be the same kind, younger. Now, if you want to see something cool, check this guy out. This is the great horned owl. He's not really in a good spot to be photographed, but he is right there. Right there. And he's keeping his eye on me. Here he is. The great horned owl. This is a new exhibit. I don't remember them having these here before. Red-tailed hawk. The hawk. Ooh. Oh wow, he's cool looking. Check him out. Red-tailed hawk. And there, you see those around here a lot in the wild. And here we have a really neat kind of a enclosure. It's like a geodome. And that's a pheasant in there. That's cool. You see that guy over there? Pheasant. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if they got more than one in there, see? Yeah, see? That's the pheasant, yeah. Pheasant on the glass, see? Yeah. Oh yeah, I think there is another one I see in the box, I believe. He's in there right over here laying down. Yeah, that's a beautiful bird right there. Beautiful bird. There's some Canadian geese over here in the wild. They're not enclosed in any way. They chose to come here and just hang out. Land. Lots of Canadian geese around here. There's a season, a hunting season that's open for them. But you do not want to hunt these out of season because they are protected. Some areas you can't hunt them at all. Some areas you can during a specific season. I don't think anywhere in America is an open year-round season on them, even though some people would like there to be because there's such a proliferation of them. There's so many of them. But they're a beautiful animal. They're good eating, but they're pretty nice. Now this area we're coming upon is just, they have a sign that just says waterfowl. So they have a various selection of waterfowl out here. And I guess a lot of these animals can sort of come and go as they please. Some of them are not good flyers, but they've probably been here for quite some time. Let's see what we have. A couple of different kinds of geese. These are geese. Maybe some swans out there. Boy, these are giant. I don't know what kind of geese these are, but they are magnificent. Magnificent creatures. So beautiful. So clean. They probably love living here. Having that lake there, no predators, you know? I don't know. I mean, I guess a predator could get in here if it really wanted to. Coyote, perhaps, or a bobcat. So just an assortment. It goes all the way back. Way over there. There's more waterfowl. More geese. Sounds like one of them old bicycle horns. Well, that's about it, folks. Go ahead and wrap up this video now. I'm on the outskirts of Bluebird Gap Farm, and I had a real nice time showing you around. It has changed a lot over the years. I remember 20 years ago, they used to have, gosh, what did they have out there? They had wolves in the display. I think they had a bobcat or a lynx or something like that. They used to have snakes here. But, you know, they change, they evolve as time goes by, so it's pretty cool. I think they've done a lot with this. It's a great family destination. Going to the Norfolk Zoo which is about 20 miles southeast, cost you about $18 for an adult. You come here, it's totally free. So, you know, if you come here, think about making a donation to the Bluebird Gap Farm, because every little bit helps. They're doing all this for free for the city. They're giving a limited amount of money from the city to keep these animals happy, and your tax-deductible donation, I'm sure, will be much appreciated. This is a great place to come just for a nature walk. You know, I don't think you're allowed to bring your dog here. Maybe in this area on the outskirts, but I really think they'd probably rather not have dogs here. I'm not sure. But if you just want to go for a walk with your sweetheart, or even by yourself, bring a book, have a picnic, bring the family. It's a great place. I cannot give thumbs up enough to Bluebird Gap Farm. It's fantastic. Come here today. And I only showed you some of the things. There's even some more wonderful things here that I didn't show you. I see some turtles basking themselves on a rock right now. And with that, I bid you adieu.